Well, you're looking at more than 100 veterans from Western North Dakota who got a hero's welcome to our nation's capital this morning. They are visiting Washington, D.C. on the Western North Dakota Honor Flight. Upon their arrival at Dulles Airport, dozens of people gathered to cheer and welcome them to the city and thank them for their service. For one Bismarck man, the welcome was extra sweet. Irving Johnson's granddaughter, Shanna Allen, flew in from her home in Anchorage, Alaska to surprise her grandpa. The two had not seen each other in several years.
Well, I don't know. I don't think I've ever had such a big surprise.
He is one of the most important people in my life, and now I'm crying. And I just had to. I couldn't not come.
Well, Shanna and Irving and the rest of the veterans made stops at a lot of memorials: the Vietnam and Korean War, the Lincoln Memorial, Arlington Memorial, and the Air Force Memorial. That was today. Tomorrow they'll tour the U.S. Capitol, and the honor flight will arrive back at the Bismarck Airport at 7 tomorrow evening. Well, and now a story from a little further away. This also has an Alaska connection. Students from across Alaska put their native language skills to the test today in Anchorage. Georgina Fernandez was at the Yupik and Inupiaq Spelling Bee, where cultural heritage is being strengthened and maintained through practice.
Kids from across the state are here right now showing off their skills when it comes to spelling and pronouncing Yupik and Inupiaq words, all while helping revitalize the language.
Your word is umak. Umak.
How they're doing that exactly
Negcamku
is through a spelling bee, focusing specifically on the Yupik and Inupiaq languages.
It helps the language a lot.
21 students competed Saturday in the Yupik spelling section, as 2 students from Sitka went head-to-head in the Inupiaq part of the competition, earning points for each word correctly spelled.
I'm very happy for the kids who are participating to revitalize and keep the language alive.
John Puchin, a Bethel school teacher, was there Saturday with 3 of his students who were competing. Puchin, who has been helping teach the language back in Bethel, says the event helps keep the language alive and well for the next generations.
It's more of a self-identity and the cultural pride. So keeping that language alive is very important because it's who you are. It defines who you are.
That's critical, he says, for Alaska Native cultural heritage.
N-A-Y-I.
I think it's important that young students learn their languages. If we teach the younger generations, not only are they able to speak to their grandparents and parents, they're able to speak to their peers and people around them.
And organizers say the event will be back again next year, and that they're hoping that someday in the future they'll be able to host this event in Fairbanks during the Festival of Native Arts. Georgina Fernandez, Alaska's News Source.
Yeah, always cool to see Indigenous culture celebrated and given greater visibility.